Again, y'all need to get figure out who what issues are important to you, and definitely vote. And again, I don't care who you vote for. Definitely know that your vote matters, and you need to get out. So, I guess we can start by talking about your president.
Oh, he's my president. I thought that was your president, honey.
Yeah, for better or worse, he's our president.
Our president.
All right.
Unfortunately.
So, this whole impeachment situation.
Man, so to be honest, I never thought that they were going to impeach him. Like, I never thought that that was even going to happen. I was really surprised that they went through with the trial. That surprised me a lot. But I just knew in my heart and my gut that it just wasn't going to go through. So how did you feel about it?
Well, I mean, the reality is he got impeached. So, I mean, if we understand the language, I think that's what most of us don't understand. We think impeachment means they got removed or thrown in jail.
Right.
And again, that comes from not being
out of there.
As informed as we should be.
Right.
The reality is impeachment is just like an indictment. Like if we got charged about against us and we had to go into
and being subpoenaed.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So impeachment is more than just an indictment, right?
School us, Ed.
And so the House of Representatives, they have the sole right to impeach.
To impeach, right.
And because the House is now, majority Democratic,
right,
that's what allowed for the impeachment to become a reality. So he actually got impeached. He goes down in history forever as a president that
actually got impeached.
Exactly. So let's understand the language in that, right? He did get impeached. Yeah. As just as well as Clinton.
But
right?
The impeachment was acquitted.
So let's talk about that part.
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side of that, the House has the sole right to impeach. The Senate has the sole right to do the trial.
To trial, right.
Now we're in a situation where Republicans are the majority, and actually in the last term, they actually increased their majority in the Senate.
Goodness.
And of course the Democrats actually just took back over the House during that term, and so of course I knew that they were not going to.
And so how does this actually play a part, though? How does it actually play a part in what we're fighting for? And again, it goes back to where people start saying their votes don't count and things don't matter, and because the majority is this way, those decisions are made. So how does that affect us?
I mean, I think that politics has just gotten, the lines have been blurred, and people are just so overly concerned about their interests that they no longer care about other things like integrity and just what the office or position should mean,
right?
And how we look to the rest of the world, and so it's so rigidly, everybody's riding with their party so strongly that they're willing to do whatever it takes to make sure their party stays in position.
Right.
And so, to me, that's just a sad reality. When Nixon got impeached, Republicans played a role in that.
Yeah,
because during that time, it was about doing what was morally right and doing what was right for the country in the position of the office.
Exactly. And in these days and times, morals are out the door.
Yeah,
nobody has any standards. These are all out of whack. Yeah. And that's all the way across the board. It's not just in politics.
I agree. and so the reality is the moral decay.
Yes.
Right, decaying of America is calling out politics to just be some interesting politics.
Right, and politics has always been, they always say politics is a dirty game. Politics is a dirty game. It's always been the dirty game, but now I don't see any boundaries. It's no bars. No bars.
We just know that Trump did get impeached. So let's understand that he did get
Trump,
impeached.
you're impeached president.
But but his crew came to the rescue in the Senate because that really wasn't even a trial.
Right.
They didn't even let the people who should have been testifying and I think what Democrats are trying to do, I think they really knew he wasn't going to get impeached. Get convicted.
Right.
And then the conviction is just a removal from office. It's not a criminal or civil situation. That they have to pursue that later, but impeachment itself is just actual removal from office. And so again, you have a situation where I think the Democrats were just really were hoping for the trial to just expose
right
President Trump for the dirty things that he's actually doing in that office. But again, that's to be seen. I can't tell whether or not they hurt themselves more or benefited.
Right, because like we were talking before, it kind of makes them look weaker because they lost or nothing really happened. And so again, it goes back to say, with the voters, why am I voting? Does my vote count? And so it's important to stress what the impeachment is and what it actually meant and the process, because a lot of times we don't understand that. I do want to talk a little bit about the subliminal messages because the Washington Post had Trump, on the cover and throughout the internet with his fist up. It's February, it's Black History Month, and so we have to pay attention to those little quips and whips that they do and they play on us, and you look at it a different type of way. So how do you feel about that? Him holding up that fist.
The Black Power.
Yeah, the Black Power.
The Black History Month.
Come on, Trump.
Well, I have my. If I express those views, they would not be views that reflect on the. It would not be the views of the show.
We have to do a tidy disclaimer, honey.
But in all honesty, that's the nature of not just politics. That's the nature of branding.
Right, of course.
He is a master.
Man.
At manipulating image and TV, because again, he came from The Apprentice. He knows
Exactly.
he knows how to work the camera. He knows how to script. He knows what looks good in front of the camera and in front of people. And so, so that's just the reality. We hired Hollywood helped President Trump get elected. He's good at. When this became about when politics transitioned from being about the issues to being a popularity contest, like you mentioned.
Yes.
Trump almost was going to be guaranteed to win.
I know it.
Because it's very few people that can out brand him.
Right.
When it comes to
everybody
popularity.
knows Trump. Trump Towers, Trump something. You know something about
like
Trump.
The Apprentice.
The people that don't even know politics know who Trump is.
Right. The books
so
he's written.
exactly. So it was destined for him to.
If it's about popularity.
Right,
it's
right.
Hard,
On the popularity
it's hard
vote.
to beat somebody like that. So like I said, on the subliminal side, though, every politician does that. They always want to paint themselves in a certain light.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're going to do certain things that's deeper than what you see. They hire people to understand the psychology of how humans think and react and how to play subconsciously on
the minds.
on the minds that then plays on our emotions. And
Goodness.
so again, it's by design. So you have to be just careful in what you take in, and what you process and what you choose to believe.
Right.
And fake news is really real.
Ooh.
Our president says it, but it's really a lot of information out there that's bad information.
Right.
So you gotta be real careful about what you take in, because information is just so abundant. And it's just so easy to get hold of the wrong information, and if you acting off wrong information, that's just as worse as acting on no information at all.
Exactly. Exactly. The facts. I always say that #facts.
That's right.
So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you with Tntn Politics. I'm your host, Shamir Bacon.
And I'm your host, Delbert Davis.
We'll be right back.
Yep. We're back. We're live, and again, bringing you not only education but good information so that you can make more informed decisions.
Right. Tntn Politics. Yes.
So just know that again, we want the show to be different than what's out there already. And the main thing we want to do more than anything is inform you. Too often we just don't understand politics, right? Just like what I said about impeachment. Most people don't understand that, they think impeachment means
actually removing that person from office.
Exactly.
Yeah, because that's the initial thought, that he's getting removed.
And so when he doesn't get removed, you say, well, he didn't get impeached. No,
he was impeached.
Exactly. And so it's just important to understand how stuff works. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's with anything. But upon researching for politics, and that's why I love that I'm a host on this show, because it also gives me an opportunity to learn more and dig deeper, and put some more intelligence on my brain. No. But also to know what's really going on. We live in a world now where, like you said, the information is so readily available. You don't know what to believe. You don't know if it's true or not. So, it's important to research it yourself. So I did some research.
Okay, so let's talk about what you found out.
Yes, and we are talking, and now y'all know I love money, honey. Okay, so I did some research on the trade deficit. So the U.S. trade deficit with Trump being in office has changed tremendously. And there have been reports that there is an increase. There have been reports that they are using the deficit for frivolous things. There have been many, many different opposing reports, right? But I have found that with the trade deficit, Trump has done a lot of things with trading in the foreign countries. And so they were talking about different things with China, different things with the foreign relation. And so I feel like, for me, it opened my eyes, and I was like, wait a minute. So is Trump really helping and working with us on that U.S. deficit? Is he really doing the things that are needed to change that deficit? I think they said it was about a 8 to 10% gauge to where he was helping the deficit more than it was hurting it. And so I'm just now on the fence about, I didn't vote for him. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. But, him being the businessman, him being in the business and understanding how the statistics work and the pros and cons of the deficit and the money part. Is he the best candidate for that?
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, again, if you look at his track record, honestly, he did just as much failing at business as he did making money.
And that's what people say. And again, like you said, knowing exactly what failing entails, or what you consider failing, that plays a part as well.
Yeah. So my thing is, I just think that we need to choose people again who are gonna do the work. And I honestly feel like there's not enough accountability. Like, once they get in position, it's so hard to get them to honor what they say they were going to do before they got the position.
Right.
But Trump, interestingly enough, though, he still is holding strong with especially in states where the economy matters.
Right.
Like in coal country, right? The miners. He hasn't produced any of the results that he promised them. But he still has a strong hold in those states. They are still going to turn out and vote for him. And so the latest poll showed that he still has dominance in especially in areas where industries are failing and the economy is it really matters because the economy is suffering.
So what does that mean?
So it's interesting.
What does that mean? Does that mean that others are not still voting, or does that mean that the pros outweigh the cons?
It could mean a lot of things.
I'm like, ooh, now you got me wanting to research that.
so it could honestly be they trying to choose the worst of two evils, right?
Right.
It could also be we put them in there.
Might as well let them stay. Let them run that turn.
Let's ride it out. Let's ride it out.
That's not a good
Right.
thing, you know.
Sometimes we do that though. Some people.
Yeah, we do.
And I'm one of the people who refuses to do that. I believe it's okay to make a mistake and not okay to stay in a mistake.
Right.
Right. Some people make a mistake.
Goodness.
And because
that's
they make
good.
it, because they committed to that mistake, because they feel like it's a commitment. Right. I'm in it.
Right.
They stay in it way too long.
Yeah.
And so I think that a lot of people really are just that. It's like we put them in here. Let's just give him some more time and see what he's gonna do. Even though he hasn't made good on anything he promised us, maybe on the back end of this we'll get some relief.
Hopefully.
So it's just
hopefully.
Again,
let's pray about it.
So most people like rolling dice. I don't gamble at all.
Snake eyes.
So
that's all I'm gonna say.
But yeah. So like I said, it's just a crazy. Again, politics is just an interesting machine.
Right.
And it's getting more and more interesting, by the year. Politicians. How you let the underdog, the man who has no political experience at all, does not even know the language, he made so many bloopers, and I mean, really, I want to say another word, but the man jacked his presidency up, y'all still let him win. So what does that say about, again, the quality of the candidates he was running against? But the fact that he was able to outfox them and gain the nomination first from the Republican side, and then defeat our best or the Democratic best side, he can't be a dummy.
Crazy.
I'm just saying he can't be a dummy. So just pay attention to how you underestimate because you did that one time already, and we see where it goes.
Don't make the same mistakes.
So
lessons.
Yeah. So in his defense, he definitely he knows what he's doing. I think that unfortunately on the Democratic side they ran a weak campaign and the best candidate was not necessarily in position because it was too much stuff going on that then came back to haunt her. And I'm speaking of Hillary Clinton now.
Yeah.
That damaged her. And the sad part about that, it was towards the end. It was
12
days.
Ahead. It was 12 days, and that's very, very important to highlight because your whole campaign could be A1. And that one day that messes up everything, 12 days before the election. 12 days. 12 days killed her campaign.
And this was after your current president was talking about grabbing stuff on women on live TV, got caught.
No morals.
Everybody heard
no
it.
ethics.
And
12 days.
Yeah.
12. Oh my goodness.
That got overshadowed by Comey's investigation.
The WikiLeaks.
And the WikiLeaks and all of the stuff about the servers and blah blah blah. And and
that's crazy.
This is what we have.
Turn of events, man. Turn of events.
So do we want to go ahead and do a quick commercial break before we bring our guest on, or we do want to just jump right in?
We can do a quick commercial break. If you guys have any questions, if you have anything to say, if you want to comment, if you want to just call in and say, hey, go ahead and give us a call.
And definitely if you have questions about politics in general, again, like I said, we all don't know. I don't know everything. And then of course, the nature of this thing is constantly changing anyway, so nobody knows everything. But guess what? If we don't know, we'll figure it out together.
Exactly.
And then when we do know, we're always willing to share. So, again, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
You're watching Boss Up Houston Network. Stay locked and stay tuned. It's Boss Up Houston Network. Tune in to Boss Up Houston, the naked truth. Vibrations from the soil. The Simon's Christian TV show. The Gidget Lewis Show. Breakfast with Sonia. Tntn Politics. It's the Naked Truth Network and Boss Up Houston Network. It's Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss
All right. We are back. This is Tntn Politics. I'm your host, Shamir Bacon.
And I'm your host, Edward Davis.
And we are here talking about politics. We were talking about the Trump's impeachment, the different aspects of candidacy, and now we're going to hit some local. Man, listen, Tntn Politics, we bring you the live. We bring you the best. We bring you the news first, right?
No doubt. And we bring it to you straight where it matters the most.
Exactly.
Right? We are your right to know outlet.
That's what's up. And so now we have our guest, Adam Sanchez. He's coming on. He's running for
City
Council in Stafford.
Texas.
Come on down, Mr. Adam.
Hot seat.
Not too hot. Oh man. Get situated.
How's it going?
What's going on? Nice to have me.
Good. Nice to have you on.
Appreciate it.
So, Mr. Adam, give us some information, why you decided to run and what you're running for and what we look forward to in your campaign.
Well, first of all, I'm Adam Sanchez. I'm running for City Council Position 4 in Stafford.
Okay.
I ran for mayor the last cycle just to get my feet wet. I mean, that's something most people don't do, just to jump from mayor and get their feet wet.
I like that.
But hey, I'm from Texas, man. Go big or go home.
Exactly.
All right. I like
Heard
that.
So really, Stafford's really a sleeping giant when it comes to Fort Bend. I mean, you hear about so much of Stafford that we have the grid coming, we have the Stafford Center, and we have a plethora of options that you can play, you can work, you can live here. They have zero property tax. So really, my platform is just 5 points, real quick. If you run for office in Stafford, you can't. Number one has to be you have to fight to keep zero city property tax.
That's a good thing.
Everybody don't like paying property tax, especially around this year. So, where I'm from, it was always, growing up, it was don't talk about it, be about it. So my plan
I like that.
to bring in more revenue so we don't have to go to property tax is to combine the Stafford Center that loses so much money a year, that make it profitable, bring people in, combine it with the grid, the fountains, and bring people in, especially with 59 and 90 runs right through Stafford. Yeah. So Houston, on the other hand, has hosted a couple Final Fours, a couple World Series, and Super Bowls and stuff like that. We offer a cheaper alternative from staying in the big city to, hey, I know airfare is expensive, them tickets are expensive.
Yes.
So basically,
okay,
you can eat, play, and stay in Stafford at an affordable rate. And so once we drag those people in here, they'll spend the more money here, and we generate more revenue that way. Of course. And number 3, my girlfriend probably would be mad at me if I didn't put this in my platform. And it's we're gonna make animal welfare a community priority.
Okay.
So
I like that.
There's a big push that a lot of people going no kill, and all the animal shelters in Stafford shares with Missouri City, their animal shelter, and I work for Missouri City. Okay. So I already have the inside edge. We can work things out. Build that connection.
Done.
Yeah. But you know, we want to, you know, make sure that the cat population kind of, you know, there's a lot of strays, but if we do a trap neuter release, is a where, you know, you see stray cats and we have volunteers that trap them, send them to the vet, they're fixed, and they
Send
put them
them back
back
out.
where they found them, and then get, you know, work with a whole bunch of organizations that, you know, everybody wants to help out animals.
Yeah.
So with that, you have to reach out to organizations, and they'll try to get all these dogs adopted. If we can't do it here in Stafford, we can do it, you know, we can send them to Colorado or, you know, Washington, or, you know, wherever, you know, all these big organizations and rescues are at.
Right.
And number 4 would be drainage. You know, everybody in the Houston area talking about drainage.
Listen,
that
is a
should be
problem.
if you can fix that problem, you deserve a lifetime position.
Well, with that, I want to, you know, be proactive instead of reactive. You know, if Harvey had never happened, we probably wouldn't be talking about drainage in our city. But Harvey happened, you know, a lot of people were affected.
No doubt about it.
So we need to make sure that we can do the best that we can, because the Houston area is kind of landlocked. So we can't dump anything into the Gulf of Mexico if everybody's trying to dump everything in there.
Right.
So we have to make sure our drainage ways are clean. They're able to withstand water. Hopefully, if they are, we got to think outside the box for these drainage waters to go somewhere.
So did Stafford get affected by the hurricanes or the floods or anything like that? Was it major damage there?
Not as much, but there were certain areas of Stafford that were.
Okay.
So, you know, even if one person was affected, you have to, you know, account for that.
Right.
We don't want, you know, now that these storms are getting bigger and stronger at the Gulf, you're going to have to buy flood insurance.
Yeah.
And if you get flooded once, your premium goes up, your monthly payment goes up, and it's a domino effect. If we can, you know, find the money and generate the revenue to come up with proactive strategies, we can nip that in the bud before it escalates into a bigger problem. Because if I have to pay more money for flood insurance, I'm probably like, well, I don't want to live right here anymore because it's always flooding and nothing's being done. And some people in Stafford have reached out to me and said, hey, man, what can you do? Because you have the public works, because I work for Public Works for Missouri City.
Okay.
The streets and drainage, you can look at it and be like, what's your opinion? What can you do? And that's what I bring to the table, that I've been in city government before, and I've been there for so long that, hey, when Harvey hit, we were at the shop almost a whole week, rescuing people, either getting personnel ready.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was a big ordeal. So I want to help as many people as I can.
Okay.
Great.
And number 5, sorry.
No.
Number five.
So number 5, last but not least, I have to say that because Stafford is unique because it has its own municipal school district. So to keep Stafford prosperous, we have to make sure that all the kids of Stafford are given the highest standard of education and safety, especially now, you know, with these people going into schools and stuff like that.
Yes.
We have to be vigilant. We have to make sure our kids are safe, that they're safe, and the parents, you know, when they go to work, they don't have to worry about their kids,
Right,
you know,
right.
you know, what's going to happen.
Peace of mind.
Stafford has a unique setting that we have our own school district, we have our own HCC, but we also have the companies that want the workforce.
Okay.
Because straight out of high school, everybody's fighting for $15 an hour right now
Right.
on the national level. But I came out of high school, got a job in Stafford, making $15 an hour.
That's good.
You know, so that's
good.
the kind of culture, economic culture that Stafford has, and we want to build on that.
Right, and keep the economic growth.
Yeah, because if you grew up in Stafford, you want to stay in Stafford, you want to live in Stafford.
Right.
And if you can work in Stafford, hey, I don't like this traffic on 59 or 16
Exactly.
in the morning. Hey, I can't.
5 minutes down
Yeah.
the road to a job, that'll work.
Oh, yeah.
So
That
is
computer's
Stafford like a best kept secret? Because I'm trying to figure out if there are no property taxes, why are not more people moving there? So that's my first question. And secondly, what do you think most qualifies you to be in the position that you're running for?
Well, for your first question, Stafford to me is the best kept secret, like you put it. but people that live in Stafford stay in Stafford. So there's only we're kind of landlocked between the Meadows, Sugarland, Missouri City, Houston. So we have to get creative to make more single family housing, more apartments and stuff like that. Because there's families out there that have been there, 50, 60 years and have a lineage because they don't leave.
Right.
Because they don't leave you. I mean, it's a perfect place to raise a family, live, retire. It's perfect.
And that makes sense.
So before you answer my other question, I want to ask this then. If there are no property taxes, what ways or is the city getting the revenue it needs to do the stuff that the city does in terms of fixing streets and blah, blah, blah? Is that why y'all have a police on every corner? And the camera still works out there?
Tickets.
No,
we
don't. Red light and flashing.
No, that was Sugarland.
Harassing us.
That is funny.
But seriously, Stafford, their main source of revenue is sales tax. So when you go to the store in Stafford and buy something, we get that sales tax.
Okay.
You go out to eat in Stafford, we get that sales tax.
And I'm always in the fountain. So
okay.
Y'all,
I appreciate you,
y'all
man.
I know,
I appreciate
right?
I live man love main event, so y'all be
I mean, anytime y'all go to main event, the movie theater, come to Stafford. We got the top
got
of the
you.
line.
We got you.
We take care of you.
Stafford has you, okay? Well, I do want to ask you a little bit of questions, Adam. So what made you get into politics?
Really, it was, you look at the national level, and they're always fighting and bickering and stuff like that. And there's really not that many people that look like me on in politics on the national level. I'm not saying I'm trying to be like national level, but
he's trying to be
we'll see
national
what
level.
happens.
Why not?
We'll see what happens. But the Hispanic culture for me, we don't have that legacy that maybe the Caucasians have, the Asians and stuff like that.
Okay.
So why not be that first step to create that next day down the line, like the mayor's been mayor for 50 years.
I was gonna say y'all have the longest seated mayor than any county or whatever in Texas.
Yeah,
probably the nation.
Wow.
I know he's up there. I know
he's been sitting there for a long time. Yeah.
So you got to build that lineage that the next person that maybe somebody that's in Stafford MSD right now growing up and sees me run for council or mayor and be like, man, I can do that. If he can do it, I can do it. And if I could provide that spark, then then it was all worth it.
I agree, because
That's
that's similar to what Obama did for the black community.
Right.
And I felt inspired with Obama too.
To see that it's like, okay, we can we can do it.
The change is necessary. The change is here.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's okay. Looking at you a little different. Mr. Sanchez. All right. So I heard from a little birdie that you ran for mayor.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
I ran for mayor. Well, I'm more like walked for mayor. But it got my feet wet. It opened up a lot of doors. I got part of some committees. I'm on the planning and zoning right now.
Okay.
So, I guess you could say I played the politic game pretty good because my opponent appointed me to a planning and zoning seat.
Come on then. Chess, not checkers.
So shout out to that. I'm sure there was other people involved in that, but I had to win those people over.
Right.
They bought into what I was trying to do, and they saw the sincerity that he's just not here just trying to be on camera like I am right now. But he's
you
actually
really mean what you say, and you're actually doing it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
I like that. I love that.
So qualifications.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I don't forget.
Okay.
But the thing about it is, I noticed that almost half the seats right now are up for grabs right now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, they got a lot of old heads in there.
Yeah, and them old heads die hard.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean.
But you found that out doing running for
Oh
mayor.
yeah. Most definitely now. But my qualifications. Look, I grew up in Fort Bend my whole life. I grew up in Mo City. I went to school in Sugarland. I decided to stay in Stafford because I worked there for so long. It's a community that welcomes you in.
So you know the ins and outs. You know it inside and out.
And I work for the city of Missouri City, being in the public works, I've gotten to see a unique perspective of how city works. So whether it's budgeting, whether it's, having boots on the ground during storms and stuff like that, I have a unique perspective.
Yeah, it matters more.
Right. And I've been able to have working relationships with people that are higher up, maybe, the city managers or city personnel, pretty much, to be like, when they see me, we're a calm, cool collective. We can talk. So with that, and then I know the ins and outs of, well, maybe not all the ins and outs of Stafford City Hall, because I've sat on planning and zoning and see how they do their processes and see how, that they interact with the public, and see how, how we can get people engaged. And I kind of have that name recognition, which nobody knew who I was last year. But now I have, I would like to say a strong base that would push me over the edge.
And that's important.
Good. That is important.
Yeah.
That is important. So what does Planning and Zoning Commission do?
In all actuality, it's an advisory board for council. So let's say y'all are trying to open up a new studio. Y'all are going to build a new building. So we got to look at how y'all build it. Are you going to, affect traffic? Are you going to affect, how it looks in the end and stuff like that? So you submit all your paperwork, your permits and stuff like that to the staff. So the staff makes a recommendation, hey, we're going to go along with this. So it looks like a good idea. It's going to help Stafford, blah, blah, blah. Y'all come in front of us, which is, I think, a 7-person panel.
Okay.
And basically, we hear y'all's pitch to be like, look, this is what Stafford needs. We're gonna make it look good. We're gonna bring, revenue to the city. It's good. You can't pass this up. So we take staff's recommendation, your presentation, and we'll vote on it, yay or nay. If it's yay, it goes on to council, and they have the final say so.
Cool. Okay. I learned something today. I didn't actually know what all of that entails. So that's good. So there is a board that we could take information to, or the planning to, that gets approved.
Right.
Correct. Okay. Cool.
All right. So I guess we can break this up a little bit and go to another quick commercial, and then wrap it up when we come back with you. So don't go nowhere.
Okay.
Don't go nowhere.
Oh, y'all got me.
Right.
Y'all booked me, so y'all got me.
So we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Communities. We're stepping up in ways we have not had to before. We are ensuring that our youth have access to mentorship so that they can lead productive lives. We are empowering our loved ones to make informed decisions about healthy choices and the importance of seeking medical attention. We are identifying mental health issues and connecting them and their families with professionals who can help them. And there are many more issues our communities face every single day. And all of this work begins with our nonprofit organizations. Hi, I'm Jacqueline Terrell with J. Terrell Consulting Firm. We believe that strong organizations create strong communities, and we cannot do it without you. So if you have a passion for your community and want to use that passion to meet a need, we're here to help you through that process. We provide assistance with nonprofit formation, website development, social media and marketing, strategic planning, board recruitment and development, risk management, legal compliance, grant writing, government reporting, and accounting. Whether you need help with one or all of these services, we can create a package especially for you. First, go to our website at www.jterrellconsulting.com and download our free ebook, The Quick Start Guide to Nonprofit Formation. The Quick Start Guide gives you a background on nonprofit formations and the governmental entities involved in the process. You may also contact us by using the Contact tab. We look forward to working with you. J. Terrell Consulting Firm. Strong organization, strong community.
Hey, we're back. Tntn Politics, your right to know outlet. I'm your host, Edward Davis.
And I'm your host, Shamir Bacon, and we are here with Adam Sanchez. He is running for Stafford City Council, and I think he has my vote.
You live in Stafford?
No. But I do have friends. I have a lot of friends that live in Stafford. So definitely we'll get the word out there. So one last question, and then we're going to give you an opportunity to give the information out to where we can meet you, see you, greet you, and even if they want to donate.
Oh,
okay. But one last question. Why are you running for city council now?
Basically, I feel like this is the crossroads of Stafford right now. We're in a perfect opportunity to take advantage of the grids about to be done.
Right.
We can take advantage.
So explain to people what the grid is.
The grid is something like Sugar Land's Town Center or Main Street downtown.
Right.
So it has, pluckers. Everybody saw the long lines at In-N-Out.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was in one of them.
Okay.
I'm a Whataburger person myself. But
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna say anything about it outside the fact that I was just in it, but I'll never be in one again.
Okay.
Oh, okay. But basically, like we refer to, the council right now is an older. If I get on council, I probably more than half cut the average age of council. So me being only 31,
I've seen some of the pictures of them.
but I bring a unique, perspective to Stafford that, I can break the stereotype because I've been breaking stereotypes my whole life.
Come on, stereotype.
Fresh ideas.
Fresh ideas, and not all millennials are lazy and want free stuff.
Right. You actually get out there and work.
Right. So this is a perfect time with the grid. We can revitalize the Stafford Center. Keep zero property tax, improve the schools to make them top in the area. We have a unique, opportunity right now that I can bring to the table for council and for the whole city of Stafford.
Okay, I can say this, that you definitely don't sound or look like a politician.
Right.
I was going to say, that's not a bad thing.
That is a good thing.
Because especially now, though, people are tired of, honestly, that's what got Trump elected.
Right,
yeah.
Always.
Right.
Because it's a different
thing. He was not
thing.
a politician.
Right.
And they were happy with the fact that he knew nothing about politics.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And you can see that on every level, from national to state to local.
Right.
People are tired of the old way of doing things.
Yeah.
Right.
So the fact that you don't look like the traditional politician actually, I think, will work for you.
Works in your favor.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're so down to earth, man. And,
man,
the conversation is just, and I think that's another thing that's important too, right?
Yeah.
People can connect and relate,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
With realness, as opposed to you saying what's politically correct and you have a certain air or certain, and so you're different, man, and that's a good thing.
And I can guarantee no candidate that's running for city council in Stafford is wearing J's.
So that's that millennial stuff, man.
Okay.
But again, that freshness is necessary.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it is. It really is. Awesome. So I've had a wonderful time, Mr. Adam Sanchez, running for Stafford City Council. I'm going to keep saying that.
So why don't you tell everybody your information? Like, how can they find you? How can they donate if they want to donate? How can they come out and support you at any events you have coming up? And just, with all your information.
Well, like all other millennials, I got that social media, the Twitter, the Instagram, the Facebook. I don't do the TikTok though yet. Not yet.
Oh, not yet.
I'm a little old to be dancing. But I have a website, SanchezForStafford.com.
Okay.
SanchezForStafford.com, so y'all remember. and it has all my links to, you know, my personal phone number, my email. It has events that are coming up, my platform, where they can donate if they want to. I hate asking for money, but you know how politics is.
Yeah.
Come on, you need money for your campaign.
Exactly. You need money to
And volunteers. You can never have too many volunteers.
Right.
But we're having actually a campaign kickoff
Okay.
this Sunday, February 9th, at Legends Grill. I have to say Legends Grill because if you say you're having a campaign kickoff at Legend, they're like, wait a minute, hold up. You know?
Yeah,
But not that Legend.
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
yeah.
Legends Grill. In
Grill.
In Stafford. Off Murphy Road. It's from 2 to 5. You know, I'm gonna be shaking hands and, you know, greeting the folks and trying to get as many people out there to support the cause, to, you know, basically support me and
Awesome.
Hopefully I can support the people of Stafford when I win.
Awesome. Yes,
When I
say
win.
that.
When
I
I
love
win.
that.
I
I
know.
love that when he wins. All right, so Mr. Sanchez, I know you gave us your information and things of that nature. What is your next? What are you going to be doing next? After you get into city council, what is your next?
My next?
Yeah, like your next goal.
My next goal is to keep zero property tax, generate more revenue with the grid, the Stafford Center, and the fountains, make animal welfare a community priority.
Are these those five?
These are the same.
Oh, okay.
Those are my
Okay, those are
goals.
next.
So basically, when I get in office, my goal is to start working.
Right,
yeah.
right. Okay,
You know,
okay.
I'm Mexican, so we know how to work.
I love it.
Oh,
and he has a sense of
goodness.
humor.
Hey,
Oh my
hey.
goodness.
Just don't make Trump make y'all build that wall.
I
man.
know,
Hey,
right?
Don't let him
I
do
ain't
it.
building no wall, man.
I
I'll build a tunnel though, but no, just playing.
love it.
Love it. Again, definitely come out and support Adam. Running for city council, which
Position 4.
Position 4. So remember that, and you know, get out and vote. Like I said, we here to provide information. We're not telling you how to vote. We're providing you with information and the presentation for you to make an intelligent
Yes.
decision.
An informed decision.
An informed decision.
The best decision.
on where you're placing your votes. So go down that ticket and you know and vote your conscience, but definitely get out and vote.
Yes.
And come out and support. Where it's gonna be again?
Legends Grill on Murphy Road in Stafford, 2 to
Legends
5.
Grill.
From 2 to 5 this Sunday.
This Sunday.
And the appetizers will be provided, so you know what I'm saying.
You know, free food gonna play.
Yeah.
Folks coming out.
They'll come out for that.
I'm coming
I learned
out.
that the last time. I didn't have nothing free, so.
Oh,
they didn't
everybody
know.
was like,
yeah, nah, we'll catch you on the back end. But no,
I love it.
That is funny. Well, you guys, y'all know how we do. This is TNT Politics. TNTN. I keep saying TNT. Dynamite. No. TNTN Politics. I'm your host, Shamir Bacon.
I'm Yost Edward Davis.
And we bring you all the first. Guess what? This is Adam's first publicly announcement that he's running for city council. So y'all know we bring y'all the best, the first, and the greatest here on TNTN Politics. Any last words, Ed?
Just notice that we are your right to know outlet, and we're gonna keep informing you and bringing it to you where it matters the most. It's mainly on the local level. So again, get out and vote. It's really important, and we'll see you on the next run.
All right. See you guys later.